welcome to the Regame Podcast. My name is Kendall.
My name's Adam.
And today we are playing Ghostbusters for the NES.
Now, why are we playing this? Of all the games we could be playing, this is not a very good game.
No, it is not a very good game. But the new trailer just came out.
Yes, it did.
Have you watched it 100 times like me?
I've only watched it once because I want it to remain special.
Oh, it makes me so happy.
I posted on Facebook. One of my friends posted the trailer on Facebook, and I said, "Oh, okay, here we go again. Another reboot. I didn't realize they were doing another Ghostbusters. The last one was mediocre at best, and
At best.
yeah, it was pretty."
Okay, this is an episode where we are going to air out some grievances about that one.
But I said, fine. I never watch trailers when people post them because I'm always disappointed. But I said, I'll do it because I loved Ghostbusters when I was a kid. And I got into it after it was cool. So, like, there were a ton of kids who had toys and they didn't want to play with them anymore, which was great for my mom because she went to the Penny Saver, I guess put in a request or maybe found an ad for someone selling their kids' Ghostbusters toys.
Stuff.
And we got loot one day. We got hundreds of characters. We got the house,
The firehouse.
We got the firehouse. We got the Ecto-1. We got everything. It was incredible.
In the 80s, we used to be able to collect up stuff like that. Because we did the same thing, except for because I was the youngest of 4 boys, I got left with the mailman who his stomach opened up and some other ghost. And that was it. I didn't get any of the Ghostbusters. I didn't get anything fun like that.
Hey, you made it.
Yes, I'm here. Oh, I got to switch over to this guy. But with the new trailer coming out, I am so happy with this.
Yeah, I said I was like gonna make fun of it, and then I watched it, and I was like, I can't wait for Ghostbusters. I never stopped loving the Ghostbusters. It's an incredible trailer. I mean,
so we say this now, okay, and we're gonna find out more as it comes out. The trailer literally dropped maybe 2 days ago.
Yeah, I think so. 2 days.
And so what we know so far, it's the first trailer.
Yeah.
So
and man, that is how you make a trailer.
Yes.
I don't know how it's amazing how something that's 2.5 minutes long can
grab you
like that. Yeah, like, and most trailers you're like, it's fine, and that's about what you'd expect, right? Like, humans, we make these, we're fallible, we're not very smart.
Well,
but sometimes, man, you just hit it right on the head.
They're getting smarter sometimes with trailers. Sometimes they get really dumb, and it really makes or breaks a movie. Like, think about the Suicide Squad. I think is my most famous example.
I've not seen it.
You haven't seen it?
What the heck was that?
Oh, I ran out of gas, and now these guys are going to push it.
What?
Yeah, when you run out of gas, you have to get out and push the car
to like the end of the level.
To the gas station.
That's a gas.
That's a gas station.
Oh, I see.
And then it'll fill it up. And it takes time because things are happening, and you're filling up all of these. And I had this game as a kid, and I've never actually beaten it.
I wonder why.
Yeah. They don't give you any instructions in this game. It's just kind of like...
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the whole point. Well, there was a manual, surely.
There was, but I don't remember reading it because I was just too excited that I had a Ghostbusters game.
Yeah, and then you were very disappointed, I'm sure.
We're like, what do we... I didn't know we had to catch ghosts. We just kind of like drove around like this for a while and hoped for the best. And we would make it here and be like, okay, what did you do?
All right, but real talk, it was halfway through the trailer that I was like, oh my god, these are Egon's kids. Because I was like, oh, they have curly hair. They both have curly hair. And then I was like, wait a minute, Egon had curly hair.
Yes, he did. But
oh my god,
they can still also like hit you with the second like it's not Spangler's kids,
right?
Like it's actually Ray's kids or it's Peter's kids.
Yes, it's Egon Spengler, right?
Yes, it's Egon Spengler. Ray Stantz.
I haven't looked up my Ghostbusters trivia recently.
Winston Zeddemore. Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis is a treasure.
I love him. Anyway, so the new movie with the trailer, I'm very excited. They show the ghost dogs. What are they called? Terror dogs or something like that?
I don't know.
The
I just said I couldn't.
The Gozer dogs.
The Gozerians.
The Gozerian dogs. The town, the mine is called the Shandor Mines. Did you see that?
Was that familiar?
Because of Ivo Shandor.
Ivo Shandor is the guy who built the
He built
building.
the building.
He built the Zul's tower.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so...
Oh, that's where he mined the stuff.
Yes.
Because it's like made out of ghost
Ghost
magnet
powers.
stuff, right?
Ghost
I bet that's where he mined it.
Ghost genes. So, you have never played the 360 PlayStation 4 new Ghostbusters game.
The one where you're in the garage?
No, the one where you are...
Oh, yeah, I've heard it. I watched the Angry video game. Or not, Angry Joe.
Yes.
He did an episode on it. And he was like, what did they do? They messed it up!
They did not. I have
Wait,
played
what?
it. I have played it, and I love it. I have it. We might be doing it for the show. You play as...
Really? Wait,
yeah.
I don't
You play as a
this.
new hiree, and it takes place 5 years after Ghostbusters 2. And they
Okay.
have the original cast is back. Everybody, like, this is before Ivan Reitman, or not Ivan Reitman, Egon.
Yeah.
Before he died.
Before he became
Before
a
he
ghost.
became what he hated the most.
Yeah.
A ghost.
Yeah, a ghost.
And so, ooh, I better put that up. Okay. So he's voicing it. The guy who is Walter Peck voices it,
Really?
and it is written by Dan Aykroyd.
Really?
Yeah, Dan Aykroyd and he writes super long scripts. And so he wrote out the script, and it is in canon, supposedly, to what's going on. And we'll play that game later.
Yeah, I feel like I missed this because the thing that I remember was, I think Angry Joe did, it was like a demo of the game, and it was in 3D, or it was in like Oculus.
Oh
and-
yeah, there's a VR game. This
Yeah.
is not the VR game.
Oh, okay. So
This
it's
is
different.
a much better version.
Oh, okay.
Where you play as a new trainee,
Well, yeah.
and
Semi.
they're like, hey, you're gonna test out all of our new equipment, and I messed that up. I'm gonna just speed through this, and you just go through the levels, and you're finding out about the secret society of Shandor.
Oh, he's back.
He is back,
Okay.
as he is Gozeriang up the entire town. And then you find out, like, the museum is actually connected as sort of in the second one, where Vigo the Carpathian is actually just a side effect of
really?
the Gozer, like, experiments happening.
Okay.
That his painting is just evil, and it just brings
kind of
about,
got activated.
it just gets activated
Yeah.
because
There's so much evil energy.
evil pink
yeah.
energy underneath.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
so,
well, yeah. Wait. Where was the pink slime from?
so in the game of what they explain was when you concentrate spectral energy, whatever you want to call it, you get the pink slime.
Okay.
And so that's just a concentration of that spectral energy coming out.
Shoot, I think I might want to watch these tonight.
Okay, so that one's...
Now I'm really into Ghostbusters again.
So yeah, you want to watch Ghostbusters 1 and Ghostbusters 2 again.
Because it has the best joke I've ever heard in a movie.
Which is...
There's stairs. Where do they go?
They go up.
They go up. It's so obvious.
The beginning...
It's so funny.
Okay, so
it's the best joke.
Ghostbusters 1 and 2,
They go up.
masterpieces. And I think it's a lot to do with the chemistry of the characters, how dry some of the humor is, where it's like, listen, you smell something? It's so dry as a joke.
Yeah.
It works so well.
And it's scary too.
And yeah.
It's
well,
like legitimately like, wow, this is really funny, but also really scary.
Oh yeah,
It's really creepy.
I had nightmares of those terror dogs.
Dude, I couldn't watch the Rick Moranis scene where he's outside the restaurant.
Oh, poor
He's like,
Poochie.
Let me in, and no one would. That's horrifying when you're a kid.
Yeah, exactly. And so this is going to bring me to one of the things I wanted to talk about, which is airing some grievances.
Oh boy, we got grievances to air.
Ghostbusters 2016. We had to talk about it because everybody has to talk about it when it comes to, Ghostbusters. I keep missing the barrels.
It's just not very good. Like, I'm not going to say it's the worst thing I've ever seen, but it's incredibly disappointing.
And people often cite the wrong reasons to why it was bad. Because they say it was the casting. The people were bad. It's like, no. All of those actors and actresses who are in that movie are funny.
Yeah,
They're good.
On their own, they have good work.
Not even on their own. Here's the problem that I didn't like with that movie. It is the general overarching story of what happens in that movie that's not believable. Think about Ghostbusters 1, where after they bust their first ghost,
yep,
they immediately get 1,000 phone calls where it's like,
yeah,
we're seeing a bunch of shit happen, and then news reporters like Larry King and all over the country are like, hey, check it out, these guys actually found out ghosts.
Yeah.
Holy crap, that's big news.
Yeah, I kind of see what you mean.
Okay.
Like
that would be what would happen.
They legitimized ghosts, and it was a very realistic
yeah.
portrayal of what would happen if 4 dudes out of nowhere found ghosts.
And then literally what was the other thing that happened? The government shows up and goes, hey, wait a second. You can't just be going around all willy-nilly there. Walter Peck was a douchebag, but he was kind of right.
Yeah.
Where he's like, hey, we don't know what you're doing in here. We're going to investigate. Can you show us? And he's like, no, I'm not doing that. Kick rocks. And he's like, okay, I'll just go get a court order.
Yeah.
I'm going to find out what you're doing. He should have shut off the power grid. That was the move that really, that was his
faux pas.
That was on him. But
so what's wrong with the new one?
Okay, so what's wrong with the new one is that they get called for their first ghost busting, which is in a concert. Okay? And while they're there, hundreds of people see them, quote-unquote, bust a ghost, I guess?
Yeah.
However, they chalk it up to, okay, you're in a concert, everybody's on drugs.
Or there's just special effects.
Special effects at a rock and roll concert, it's not real, whatever. And so they just write it off and nobody cares. But there's also the video at the beginning where they go into the house where Kristen Wiig's character is a teacher at this college.
Yeah.
And so she goes to the house and oh shit, I crossed the streams.
That's what happens when you cross the streams.
Yeah, that's what happens.
I'm not joking.
You just blip off there
and
for a
you're
second.
out of fuel.
Yeah, I'm gonna go refuel real quick. So they see ghosts and they have video of them seeing the ghost, but then all YouTube does is they show the 15 seconds of her freaking out afterwards, where she's like, "Oh my god, ghosts are real! We found them!" And it's like, "Hey, you sound a little crazy here. You're fired." But there's a video there and they don't ever show what's actually on the video. If they would show hey, we saw the video and it turns out ghosts don't show up on video, if they would have said something like that, then it makes sense.
I guess I need to watch it again, but I really don't want to.
No,
I don't really remember. It was just so forgettable. It's just, maybe the plot, sure, but just the chemistry wasn't the same. It wasn't even good. It wasn't even a good. It just wasn't good.
I did not like. I don't like Chris Hemsworth's character.
Oh, I did actually. I quite liked it.
No, I don't. Okay,
it was pretty funny.
I like him. I like his characters in ways, but I feel like they're just using that character for him in everything he does now.
Really?
Did you see him in Men in Black?
I didn't see Men in Black because
it's the same character.
Oh, really?
Thor Ragnarok, which I loved him in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, Thor was great.
Same character. He's just this. He's now just a dumb guy.
I don't know. Thor is not dumb. He's naive.
No, he's very.
But the character in Ghostbusters is legitimately dumb.
Yes, And I just don't like how unbelievable a lot of it is. And they added a dance scene for no reason, where Chris Hemsworth takes over everybody. It just adds like a dance scene, just cause.
Yeah, it's just questionable choices.
Yeah. So there was like just no dry wit about it. And here's how you could have fixed it. Okay, if you left the actors who were the Ghostbusters that show up in the movie and left them as those characters and put it in the universe of Ghostbusters. Instead of saying that this is a reboot, we're just going to restart the whole thing. And if you would have just said, okay, these girls just found out ghosts exists, and at the end of it, it's like, you really think you're the first people to find out about ghosts? And then, like, Bill Murray shows up, you know, at the end of the movie. Instead of being like, here, we're going to shove these characters in the middle of it all.
Yeah, I didn't like that, the way they did that. They're like, look, it's a cameo. It's like, it's kind of breaking the movie, breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, because everybody like goes,
like,
okay.
Oh, that's I recognize him from, you know,
hey,
Ghostbusters.
Great.
Oh, yeah.
Like, but yeah, exactly. If you would just make it the end.
You gotta quit doing that.
I have been doing it because I see a thing coming towards me, and I'm just like, I gotta avoid it. You just see it happen at the end every time. You're just like, you don't need it. Like, you could have kept the whole Winston Zeddemore is her uncle who owns a funeral home now. You could have kept that.
Yeah,
one.
I didn't mind that. I thought
That's
that was
fine.
a nice detail. I don't know. It could have been like an alternate reality type of thing, and I don't know if it worked.
Well, but I was okay with the ending, the secret ending thing, where it's like, what is Gozer? And you're like, oh, they're gonna make a sequel. Okay.
And then, please don't make a sequel.
No.
So, what are you doing in this game?
Okay.
Because, what are you doing?
Okay, so they only had so much to work with here.
Clearly.
On the story.
There's a story. Wow.
Well, it's Ghostbusters. So what I'm doing is you have to...
All the ghosts are going to this tower.
Are going to the Zool Tower.
Yeah, the Zool Tower.
So when that... every time that was threading the needle. Whenever the PKE meter goes all the way up to a certain number, I don't remember what, then that becomes open. And you have to go inside. And now what I'm doing now is I'm catching ghosts to raise money, to get items, to go into the Zool Tower, because once I go in, that's when the real challenge of this game begins. This is like, I have to grind so much of this out, and if I hit cars, I lose money. If I go to the gas station, I lose 100 points or something like that. But every time I catch ghosts, I have to go back to the Ghostbusters AQ, drop off the ghosts, go look around, find a thing that's blinking. Once it's blinking, I have to then drive into that, and that's the beginning of this game.
Okay.
At no point does anything come to tell me what's going on. So that's red. Now I got to go drive to it. Okay? I have...
You
got it.
Got it.
I got that one. So you have about like 50 seconds or so, but you can hit forward and I can speed up the time there and just blast through this.
Well, there's actually ghosts on the street now.
Yes, and there's an item that you can use to catch that and get like extra money, but you have to raise funds to do so. So you go here, you drop this off, and the other thing is, I don't remember if this is the case, but if you have 2 players, you guys can play together. I think that was the thing me and my brothers did. I don't remember. Because we could never just sit down and do it long. Oh, I fucked it up. I gotta get out of here. Alright. Because I forgot to drop off the ghosts. And you can buy more ghost traps to do that. Oh, wait, I have 2. Okay. So I should be okay. And catch all these. And you bring them in. Good. And then, see, I'm collecting up my monies.
Are you, like, ready to go to the tower now, or...?
The tower's not blinking. there will be a little warning sign that comes up and it says "Go to the tower," and that's your cue.
Oh, okay.
So for now, I'm driving around. I'm flirting with Dana Barrett. I'm collecting the barrels, and that was the other thing that was so good about that was the side love interest of Peter Venkman and Dana Barrett, who is the most unbelievable woman of New York, who can work for the New York Symphony Orchestra, quit that job of her own fruition to have a child, and then go work for the New York Museum of Natural History and Art. Like, that resume...
She's a talented woman.
That resume is banging. She is living in a nice apartment.
I bet she is.
High rise.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
although, I wonder, did they ever say what Rick Moranis' job is?
Yeah.
What is he?
He is a CPA. He is a
how is it that he can afford the same level of apartment that she can?
Because he's an accountant. He is a...
But, like, she's awesome.
Yes. He is
He's just a CPA.
He's an accountant. And he has a lot of clients. And he knows how to manipulate those clients, thus the party he has.
I guess.
Because the party he has, he's like, hey, I'm writing this whole party off as a business expense. That's why I invited clients and not friends. He also doesn't have friends.
That's true.
So...
I don't know. Like I said, I guess I have to watch them again.
Also, Rick Moranis' character was supposed to be originally played by John Candy.
Oh, really?
And that is a complete, like, opposite spectrum to what you would be seeing. Because you have Big Fat John Candy, who... We all love him. We miss him. He would have done great. But I think it worked a lot better as, like, little nerdy Rick Moranis. Especially in the second movie.
Yeah.
When Janine Melnitz decides to get red hair like the cartoon and hornball herself up.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, that love thing always made me uncomfortable.
She loves it.
Yeah.
You didn't think she was cute in that movie? You didn't think she was, Okay, I didn't cross the streams that time. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know. I was too young for that.
I don't know.
Alright, head to the Zool building. It's time.
Not quite yet. I gotta go shopping real quick.
What?
Well, because you can't just walk into the Zool building expecting to bust some ghosts, okay? You gotta be prepared.
Also, I understand it's basically impossible to get up to the top of the building.
Yes, we gotta prepare for that too. So I've raised some money.
Sound generator?
So
well, Hyper Beam, they have that in Pokemon.
Okay, so I don't have enough. Shoot. Okay, so I can. All right,
You need the anti-ghost suit.
Kinda. No, I'm gonna try to do it with the ghost food. And hope for the best on this. And I think the sound generator. So I think I think I'm gonna get rid of the ghost traps.
Because you don't need them anymore.
Because I don't need ghost traps anymore. And I'm gonna use the sound generator.
Okay. You don't have that.
I don't have enough. Oh, son of a blank. All right. I can't do more ghost food. Ghost alarm.
Okay.
Right? I think is useful.
We'll find out.
I guess.
All right, let's do this.
Oh, the ghost alarm sets off more alarms everywhere. Okay. All right, let's just go to the Zool building.
All right, let's see how it works.
Oh, did they turn off? Oh, you can only go during the... Okay, you need a... Oh, you son of a... I need a trap regardless.
For what? To trap Zool?
I guess. I don't know. I don't remember. I've only ever gotten, like, kind of this far. I remember getting to...
I feel like you haven't tried very hard.
I've gotten to the top of the building, and I've made it that far. So let me get rid of...
The alarm, I guess.
The alarm. I guess I don't need that. I will need the ghost food, and I'm gonna get the super trap because I'm gonna because F you. That's why.
Yeah.
I think the super trap allows me so I don't have to go back to the HQ.
I see.
So let's see if it'll let me in now. I guess it won't let me in now. So I'll catch more ghosts while we wait. So, okay, but back to what we were talking about with Ghostbusters. 2016. I really would have liked to see what they were coming up with for the sequel.
They're not doing it now, right?
They're not doing no.
Thank God.
No. They've put a squash to it. But I would have liked to seen it. I would have liked to
Would you have?
Yeah, kinda.
Really?
I mean, I didn't really like the part at the end where they're just kind of like, hey, we need to shove in a fight scene. But I did really like all of the actresses getting a chance to do cool Ghostbuster gadget stuff.
Okay.
Like, just if they would have done a montage, them busting Ghost, and then kept like the goofy scene where they're just testing out things and getting thrown around everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, they could have kept that. It was just like, hey, we're busting Ghost. Here's some silly scenes of us busting Ghost. They could have done a lot more with that. What with the technology we have in the year 2016.
Yes.
So, I blame them for the reason Hillary lost the election.
What?
I just wanted to put that out there.
You just want to make sure we're still paying attention.
Yeah, are you still with me here? You still following along? They I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
And that's why Hillary lost the election.
Yeah, I mean, they're just like, no. We've already seen what women do. I don't mean that either. That's very wrong. Okay, now I can enter the Zool building. Before I say any more things
yes,
I'm going to regret.
Jeez.
Okay,
Now
here
you
we
gotta
go.
get out and push. Oh, no, you made it. On the right, there's only 3 of you.
Because they're all white. So you see that? Oh, because I also have to do. Oh, can I not? Oh no.
Why can't you just walk?
Okay, I can walk, but I have to hold.
You have to tap,
Yeah, you have to tap.
and then you can't go up the stairs because it's weird, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have ever, I'm trying to stop. These things are random as hell, and I hate it. Oh, that's one. Can I lay down the ghost food? You seeing this?
How many floors are there?
How many floors do you remember? It's movie accurate.
It's like 30,
22.
22 floors.
Son of a bitch!
So, you got it to floor 2.
You could not save the city of New York. The predictions will come true. Gozer has overcome the civilization. The game is over.
Well, that game sucks.
That's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
We were so excited for a Ghostbusters game, and that's what we had. That's what we had to work with.
Well.
So, this has been Ghostbusters. We've aired out some grievances.
Yeah.
Next time,
that was a heavy episode.
we're going to air out some grievances on this game.
We are?
No, we're never touching this again.
No, I don't think so.
So, all right, go ahead and make sure you hit that subscribe button back down there. Smash that bell, do those like things, and come back and see us next time where we'll have more games to play.
Yes.
All right, see you later.
Bye.
Bye.